you may be dissatisfied by the end of this video. You may not have a happy ending by the end of this video. And that's okay, because all you need to do is find another massage parlor if you're looking for that. Before we get too far, let's talk about this 2-tower chimps that I wanted to try to pull off for you guys. I want to try off a boomerang, or just really, I want to try some sort of strategy with Etienne. Etienne's a really powerful hero, overall, giving all of your towers on the entire screen camo detection. And I thought he was a really fun addition to our team, because maybe we could throw somebody down and give our weirder towers that nobody ever thinks of doing 2-tower chimps with camo detection. That doesn't require some sort of weird pod strategy to use. So I gave it a shot, and you can tell Etienne's doing a dream job right now. Round 33, he destroys the balloons by himself with all his cam detection. Round 44, we've got our boomerang up to bottom path here, striking down this ceramic with an expert level crush there. We take that down, and we're moving on in the world, guys. Round 43 ends up being a little bit trickier. We do have to try a couple times to make sure we take down the balloons in here. With a couple extra abilities, though, it looks like eventually we are able to take down round 43, which is just straight up delicious. And 44, actually, not as bad as we might think. Now, we've only got $50,000 here, so really to get our bottom path up to boomerang up to 5th tier, though, we need a lot of money. We're looking at probably around 70-something play here that we have to survive to make this happen. So we're about 20 rounds off of that right now. Let's see how close we can get. First of all, ceramic balloons. We got to deal with these guys pretty ridiculous-like. And with a pretty decent ability here on our Etienne and a nice crusher play, can we take down all these ceramics? Sadly, we cannot. Round 49 is already a pretty big pain for us. How about an earlier ability? Can we take him down with that? Getting a little tricky here. We're starting to chase with our guys. A nice crusher. And with the blue balloons at the very end! Oh my god, are you kidding me? Some 2 blue balloons got through. Screwed us over, man. Garbage. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. An early crusher this time. Maybe we'll just get some of those balloons gone right from the get-go, and so we don't have a big build-up all over the place. Maybe these drones can take them down, and then we get some yellow sticking through. Round 49 seems to be a pretty big pain for us. But we finally got through the ceramics! Oh, wait. What? Okay. So, clearly my boomerang play didn't work. But that's not the only possible strategy that we could use with Etienne. There are other towers that we can use. How about a druid strategy? Now again, the reason why I like this is because I really wanted to try some tower that does not have cam detection automatically, and combine these 2 guys together with Etienne and hope that he is going to be a more powerful tower than my pod overall, because I'll have multiple abilities to use here, and I'll actually be able to control when and how I use those abilities. But it does limit me in a couple ways. I cannot use monkey aces or heli pilots or subs or buccaneers or any tower that's more expensive than $650. I need a tower that can pop lead balloons and is less than $650 by the time it gets around 28. That's kind of all I really need to do. Etienne is 950, so I cannot do an Etienne start like I can with Sauda or Quincy or some of the other heroes that people like to do 2-tower chimps with. So let's see if we can pull it off with this ridiculous ball lightning druid and or a super storm when we finally get the money for it. All right, round 40. So far, it's a little scary. The druid's been owning the balloons, but sadly, the Moab is already going to be tricky for us, and we lose to the first Moab. Eventually, we take down the Moab, and we actually smoke round 43. We smoke round 47, and round 49 here I thought might be a little bit tricky because we lost on it with a boomerang. But with our druid all set up here, we actually also smoke round 49. Absolutely delicious. We're rocking the balloons here. And all we need to do is make sure Etienne keeps on leveling up and using his abilities properly, and maybe these Moabs will not be a big deal at all in the long run. At least that's what I'm hoping. And it looks like it's a little bit sketchy, a little bit scary, and eventually round 50 already is going to take us down. All right, let's try it again. See if we can use our abilities a little bit better here, a little bit strengthier, a little bit stronger. Come on, little druid buddy. You know you want to do it for me. All right, come on, it's tough. And 50 is just too powerful. Darn. All right, expert level crusher here. Well, I like to think it's an expert level crusher. This time around, we try to pop all the balloons here right from the get-go, and then we let our drones kind of work on the Moab as they wrap around here. Will it be strong enough this time around? Come on, little druid. I know you want to get this thing. I know you want to pop it. Give me a good tornado. Give me a good tornado. Come on. We use our ability at the very last second, and we get the tornado. Honestly, a little bit luck-based, but I will take it. We beat round 50, but we used up our drones. Didn't end up mattering too much. We beat everything from 51 to 52, but 53 is now going to be our major issue for us. Now, if you look at the amount of money that we have right now, we have about a $31,000 saved up, but sadly, our Superstorm is going to cost about $70,000. So we need about $40,000 to make this happen. 53 is close, and we get a close tornado, but it's not going to be enough. So eventually, round 53, I thought it was going to be impossible, but we were able to pull it off. Check this out. We used our ability way later here, and with a really nice crusher, we are able to send all these balloons back and get our drones to attack perfectly. And round 53 is complete, but 54 is even beefier than round 53. More ceramics, 2 Moabs on top of all these ceramics, and balloons kind of all over the place here. Can we manage this combo? We cannot. 54 is tricky. Let's try it again. We have no ability either, which is kind of upsetting. We used it on round 53 to kind of keep ourselves alive, which was already a tricky round. And there's really not many ways around just saying, well, don't use an ability. It's just, you have to do it sometimes. So our ability here on round 54 is just not there. It looks like we're going to be taken down on round 54, man, already. With $30,000 saved up. But wait, we've got a trick up our sleeve. What if we just spent $3,000 on Etienne to get him up to level 10 here? And now we've got our extra ability to take down round 54. And we do manage to take it down this time. And we can keep on pushing. And in fact, we pushed so hard that we were able to make it around 60 without too many issues. A little bit of micro here and there with kind of making sure that our drones are either up or our UCAV is up. But other which way, on round 60 here, looks a little scary, but with our UCAV, we will be able to take it down, and we keep on pushing on in the world, guys. Life is beautiful. Well, maybe not beautiful, but life is going on. Now, one thing to keep in mind about the UCAV is that he cannot pop black balloons while using his ability, which kind of sucks because it really limits the way that you can use him. You can't just use him at the very last second and pop ceramics near the end of the screen or something like that. The zebras are just going to walk right through. Or if anything higher than a pink balloon is trying to go through, can't do anything about it. You just got to keep on trying and trying and trying again. So, sadly, 61 is going to be a really, really tricky round for us here. I'm going to try moving this guy to strong and then maybe back to first. Try to use Etienne's abilities at like exactly the right time. We might be able to pull off round 61 here. But no matter what, it's going to be tricky, guys. Come on. We got to get a little lucky here, too. And no, we are not lucky. This stupid pink balloon, man. Come on. It even turned down to a green at the end here. But eventually, with some expert level, I keep saying it, some good micro. We take down round 61, and we push on into round 62. But this is another troublesome level for us because we don't have the purple popping power. Etienne is trying to get these purples popped, but he can only do so much. Our lightning and our ball lightning obviously do not affect the purples at all, and they're kind of like screwing up my lightning. They're just like destroying it before it even pops any of the balloons here. So I decided, you know what, let's use this ability right away, get rid of a lot of these purple balloons, let Etienne kind of screw around and just do what he wants to do. Try to save this for Moabs in particular, and we're doing okay, but these guys are going to sneak through. Even with a terrible crusher there, we get defeated. So let's try it again. Come on, see, we can do this, right? We can do this. Come on. Pop that crabs. And it looks pretty good here, actually. We are taking down most of the Moabs. All the balloons are gone except for these last 2 Moabs here, but they don't have very many abilities left. So let's see what we can do. Come on, yellow balloons, don't sneak through, don't sneak through. All right, we are able to stay alive here. All we need is 2 more Moabs to pop. That should not be a problem, right? Should not be a problem. Come on, with the last second crusher. Last second drones. Come on, come on, come on. No, it's not going to be enough. Darn. That was close. That was really close. But it was not enough. So here we go. We're going to use our ability this time around. Let's see if we can make this one work for us. We got, some zebras trying to sneak through at the end. No, popped the blacks, but darn, I didn't even see him, man. Didn't even see him while I was playing, and that is the end of our second 2 tower chips try. But there is one more that I wanted to try for you guys. One that I thought was so intriguing, so interesting, so weird, that it just could be possible. Just might be possible. How about an engineer? An engineer Etienne strategy, where we use a ridiculous Century Champion Etienne combo to take down these blues. Is it even remotely possible? No, let's give it a shot. First of all, we get our engineer up in here, and he is just popping sentries down all over the place, and actually makes this quite easy right from the get-go. You can check even out round 14 here. Like, this is not an issue. No micro required, no crazy abilities, no nothing. We even get faster engineering, and we can get sprockets up in just a second in here. Life is pretty good. And we've got our ability whenever we need to. Now we get the larger surface area, which is going to give us the range to attack the balloons as they walk in here as well. Now, as far as positioning goes, there's probably a pretty decent amount of positions we could go with, mostly on the crate that I have right here. But I don't think it would work that well on the far right there, because you don't want to put them too far off on the side of the map. The sentries might not attack properly. Now, we are able to get a Sentry Expert here for round 27, and this is where things change completely. Sentry Experts are really cool, by the way. They have 4 different sentries you can see. There's a yellow, a white, a black, and a red. The white pops, or shoots out frozen attacks. The red shoots out a crushing sentry like a little catapult juggernaut thingamabob. The yellow shoots out a laser that could pop frozen balloons and a pretty decent amount of balloons. And then the black is obviously an explosion sentry, which pops lead balloons, which is surprisingly a pretty major issue in this game. I needed that lead pop to pop for around 27 and around 30, which I did not have with Etienne. So, now that we've got that going, how is the Moab going to go down? Surprisingly easy. Oh, this is looking pretty spicy. We already have $10,000 saved up, guys. All we need is another like $24,000, and we are set to go for a Century Champion on our Engineer strategy. Okay. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. We still got a little bit of time to go. Let's see if we can manage this before we get too far here. Everything for round 40 is not a big deal, and now our Engineer already has cam detection, so we can even pop these camo balloons. Awesome! So let's jump up to 47, which ended up being surprisingly a bad round for us. Which leads me to believe that round 49 will also be a very, very, very bad round for us. So with a little bit of micro and some ability timeage, we do end up taking around round 47, our second try here. It's not a long time thing, but it did take a little bit of time. But now for 49, I had to make sure I had my ability ready, and I have to make sure that I use everything that I've got all combined together. And surprisingly, the ceramics were not a big deal at all, but these regens! Come on! We froze them. We got the frozen sentry here, and now it looks like there's no freaking way we're gonna pop these guys. We try to crush them, and then regen rainbows are gonna. Wait! Whoa! Dang! These guys are actually pretty good, man. Even that crazy amount of regen balloons I thought was gonna just walk right through my defense. It does not walk right through my defense. Round 50 here. Another big blue level with some Moabs kind of intertwined with all of this crap. Engineer doing a pretty solid job here. Pretty close battle, and we do. One little Moab left over. And of course, we could take him down. No problem. No problem at all. 51 is just some camo balloons, no big deal. Then we got 2 more Moabs we got to kill here on round 52. Looks a little scary here, but for some reason, we're building all energy sentries. 5 energy sentries seems to be the answer, I guess. Supposedly they're best against Moabs or whatnot. And we crush them to clean them up, too, which was just, it felt so good. Just like, oh, they're leaking through. Nope. Done. So we've got $34,000 saved up. We need a few $100 more to get our Century Champion. That will change the game completely. So let's make sure we use our ability here. All we got to survive is round 53. At least the beginning of round 53. Can we afford our Century Champ? And we can! Century Champ is up! And we survive! Delicious! So now, for a long time, guys, life is going to be pretty good. I just want to show you guys a little bit of the prowess of this Engineer right here. He is absolutely a rock star. He's popping ceramics with the breeze. He's popping Moabs with the breeze. Everything is just good here, man. But don't forget that one way that this guy works is that his popping power is a combination of both his ability to shoot and the explosions that happen at the end of its life cycle. So even against purple balloons and stuff like that, we had Etienne here to pop all these balloons. No big deal. But we do have to be a little bit careful here long term against these purple balloons. Now check this out, though. Remember I was talking about those explosion sentries? Check out round 63. Boom. What? So the first 2 sets went all the way wrapped around because they did not get exploded on. But the last set got exploded on, and all the balloons are just gone. No problem here through round 75 and even round 76 here with a little bit of abilitization. Take those guys down, and life is still pretty good. Not very many issues at all with just a few little ability uses. All the way up to round 81, though. Can we beat free play balloons? These are extra powerful balloons now. Don't forget, all the Moabs are stronger and getting faster. On top of that, ceramics are now super ceramics, which make them just that much more difficult to pop if you don't have freezy action and stuff like that. Sadly, that's one thing that I kind of wish that like the Century Expert kind of like got out of his Century Paragon things. Just like a little extra like help. Maybe like throw down an ice tower every once in a while or something. I don't know. It'd be cool. I would like it. But either which way, we do go through round 85 in here. without too many issues, and we're able to get Etienne up to level 20 by round 85, which is actually a little bit of an issue. I have nowhere else to spend my money. I got my Century Champion really early, and he was only like $40,000, and in Chimps, in its entirety, you get about $200,000. So we spent about $41,000, and we're supposed to just do nothing with the other $160,000 throughout the rest of the game. That's kind of insanity. If we can win with only spending $40,000, life is pretty insane, isn't it? Well, let's not jump ahead of ourselves too much, because we have to deal with DVPs now. And we're stuck with whatever power we have right now is all that we get. We do not level up anymore. We do not get anything extra. We got it early, which is nice, but that doesn't mean we have to do any more power than round 99 or 100 or anything like that. So we survived DDTs without too many issues, at least the first set. But it does make me a little afraid of around 93 and 95, because they're only going to get more and more difficult as time goes on. With a little bit of timing here, we do an okay job with our UCAV, but dang, man. We're really going to have to watch out how we use this ability, because its time, its cooldown is just so long. Look at this, man. We just can't handle it. We just can't handle it. If we end up screwing up because we beat a round and have a UCAV that has nothing left on it, or a full cooldown on it, we're probably screwed. Like right now, if I use my UCAV, I'd probably be screwed. What would I do? Lose on the next round. That's what I would do, 100%. So let's try to time this out a little bit. Round 92 is a lot of balloons in here, but I do have a lot of towers that are still tacky, man. You know, I've got sentries all over the place. Got my Sentry Champ attacking all in the corner back there. And what's cool is the explosions are doing most of the ceramic damage. Again, don't forget about those things. They're actually pretty cool. And if you get kind of a nice pile up here, you can take them down. Round 93 is another set of DDTs that we're going to have to deal with just a couple random reinforced BFBs in combo. And this time around, DDTs getting popped, but very, very slow. And they do end up going down. All right, so round 93, not too bad. You know, they got a little far on the map, about halfway or whatnot, 3/4 of the way, but not horrific, not horrific. Now we got to deal with 94 though, which is a big balloon level. This is like the second biggest balloon level around 98, because you got a lot of BFBs, you got a lot of Zomagods, a lot of Zomagods. You might not think Zomagods are that bad, but when you have super ceramics underneath these things, they can get a little beefy. All right, just the Zomagod layer in general is pretty difficult to take down. So try to use my UCAV ability a little bit early here, but I gotta be careful. If I somehow pop the boost too quickly, I have to stop my UCAV, or just stop the game, exit out, try to use my UCAV differently to make sure I have it before round 95, 100% of the way. All right, how are we doing on round 94? A little bit tricky. A lot of balloons left over. Still a lot of balloons. Come on, come on, come on. Can we do it? One BFB near the end of the map, and then no, we can't pop black balloons, dude. Luckily, I caught it in time. We exit out and we have to retry. And this time around, for whatever reason, a lot easier. Our 94 goes down very breezy-like. And I've got my UCAV and I've got my other ability here ready to go. So, round 95, we have everything at our disposal. Everything at our disposal. This has to go our way. Come on. This has to go our way. Just some DDTs, bro. Just some DDTs. Well, maybe some is the wrong word. Just a lot of DDTs. Just too many DDTs. Okay, little UCAV. Get to work, buddy. Get to work. Use that ability. Popping the first few here. Central Champs are doing an okay job. They are popping a lot of the DD layers, but the ceramics on the inside are definitely tricky, and there's too many DDTs. We just can't handle it. What's sad is, if you haven't noticed, the first set of DDTs was leaving our defense, and the last set of DDTs was still coming out. That's not good. So let's try UCAV a little earlier this time. Maybe we can pop the DDTs right from the get-go. Do something a little crazier in here. We're going to try different targeting. We're going to try strong instead of first on these guys. Let's see if we can chop through a few more layers in here. And it looks like our UCAV is still just not strong enough to take them down, but we do survive a little bit longer. Just not a lot long enough. Another UCAV ability here, and this time I was thinking maybe we could do something a little crazier. Maybe we could start to sell our Century Champions and actually use the Crusher here to our advantage. And maybe survive just a little bit longer. And it's still just, sadly, not enough. And we try, and we try, and we try again. After about 15 tries, I've decided, eventually, it has to be our last try. And that's where I told you guys at the very beginning of this video that this would not have a happy ending. You need to go to another place. This is a bit of a sad ending, my friends. Sadly, we do not win round 95. We do not beat it. The Central Champion was just too cheap of a tower to make us have enough power to get through these late-game DVT rounds. But if you guys enjoyed nonetheless, make sure you press that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I really hope you guys have a wonderful and delicious day.